afternoon, Cancer. Welcome to Sin Concepts Tarot. My name is Cynthia, and today we're doing that timeless month ahead reading update for you. So what that means, Cancer, is at time of viewing this video, whether your Sun, Moon, Venus, or rising, well, something should resonate for you. So what I'd like you to do is focus only on those things that actually do. Anything else, leave it for another, okay? Let's get started. Today I'm going to use the Chris Ann Light Seers Tarot deck to do Celtic Cross spread as well. I'm just taking notice of the wheel fortune turn, and I am putting it back in. It'll come back out if needed. And we're going to do a Celtic Cross spread for the month ahead here, Cancer, and use the Light Seers Tarot deck for that. And then we'll come back after the Celtic Cross reading to help clarify it. We're going to use the Chris Ann Muse Tarot deck to do a card for each 4 weeks in the month ahead, as well as clarify those 4 weeks with the Radiant Rider-Waite Tarot deck. But stay tuned, because I am pulling 3 Oracle cards afterwards as well. One from the Oweni D's Oracle deck, one from the Shaman's Dream Oracle deck, and one from the Moonology. So let's get started. This month ahead reading gets pretty long. So let me go here and get going. And the main objective of the month ahead, we have the Eight of Wands. Your challenge is going to be the Knight of Pentacles. The recent past, we got the Knight of Cups. We have conscious, the Ten of Swords. Subconscious, we have the Page of Pentacles. And going forward, we have the Star card coming out. Now, this one is how you see yourself in the month ahead. This is how others see you. And we have your hopes, fears, and dreams, as well as the final outcome here, Cancer. So let me set that deck aside, and let's dive into the main objective of the month ahead, which is the Eight of Wands. This is all about communication, big time. Lots of messages going back and forth. Really passionate messages, inspired, motivational. But this is a really... a lot of communication really fast, and a lot of times this really looks like whether it's phone calls, text messages, SMS, however you communicate with others. But these are some messages, a lot of communication going on regarding some kind of task, endeavors, projects, something you're passionate about here. Now, the Knight of Pentacles is the challenge on this. Now, the Knight of Pentacles has that down-to-earth Taurus, Virgo, Capricorn qualities come into play, but he's very slow. So the challenge is coming in here for you, Cancer, is that whatever you're communicating about and you're all fired up and excited to get going on some kind of task or project, things have really slowed down here. It's almost like, is it really progressing? Are we really, because everything is, it's very dependable, stable, loyal, but the action of this Knight of Pentacles is very, very cautious, very slow, time consuming, making sure every I is dotted, every T is crossed, and just, measuring twice before you cut kind of challenge is coming toward you. So the challenge for you is, perhaps, I'm actually getting 2 different readings, and all of a sudden it just hit me. This could be absolutely the reverse here, that the challenge is for you to actually slow down, that you're communicating and all on fire and wanting to go, all just running here, Cancer, and the challenge for you is to slow down and be like that Knight of Pentacles energy. All right. Recently we've had a Knight of Cups come in. Now, that watery characteristics of Cancer, Scorpio, Pisces, romantic indeed, compassionate, affectionate, understanding, cup of love being offered to you recently. Maybe you've just been in a whirlwind of energy with this Eight of Wands that you haven't had time to really focus on anything else, and that's what your challenge is to slow down. Let's see what's going on, because you're consciously, we have the Ten of Swords, and this is all about reaching the end of a cycle, feeling all alone, abandoned, left to take on everything yourself. You've just been dealing with everything, and you're just, you're ready. You're ready to say, I've had enough. I'm moving on. I'm leaving this desolate, I just feel all alone here. I'm moving on. I need a new energy, new cycle starting. Now, Ten of Wands is, usually a very overloaded, where you've taken on too many responsibilities, and you've really, reaching that moment of it's enough, and wanting to walk away from it. Now, the subconscious is the Page of Pentacles. So, Cancer, the Page of Pentacles comes out. This is a developing opportunity coming out, possibilities arising here of some new opportunity presenting itself. So, you have this developing opportunity coming out in your subconscious. The subconscious all the time is, maybe you're working on developing a new opportunity for yourself. But this is definitely what's coming out in your subconscious. This is when you're at the deeper level, and you may not even be aware of it, that you're within yourself. Maybe you're not feeling like you're mature enough, wise enough to take on this. You haven't gained the experience, because this has that kind of childlike feel to it, a developing stage where you're just not ready for this opportunity. And perhaps that's what you're projecting out to the universe right now, Cancer, and it's holding you up. Because when, as I always say, like the conscious one here, you're thinking, okay, I've ended this cycle here at 10. I'm ready to start a new opportunity here for myself. But consciously, yeah, you're telling the universe this, and you're thinking, all right, let's manifest a new beginning here, and alleviate these responsibilities and these all these tasks and projects. But subconsciously, once you leave this alpha conscious state and you go into deeper beta theta state, you're no longer communicating with words here, Cancer. It is images, and an image is 1,000 words to an image. So you can project a lot of words to the universe that you're subconsciously, that you're consciously not even aware of. And so, just like this image, you're telling the universe, I may be, I'm not ready to, I'm just, I'm a child, I need child opportunities, or, small opportunities, nothing big, so you're really limiting yourself here, Cancer, I think subconsciously in the month ahead. So I know it's hard to not be aware, but the amazing thing is once you become aware of that possibility, you start to see things in a different way, and you start to change it up subconsciously. It's conscious awareness of what this is and how it's affecting your manifesting your desires that makes a difference. And so the star cards here, now this gives you hope. And so this is giving you hope, as well as your dreams, your wishes can come true. You can manifest these once you understand the concept of that positive manifestation, that positive envisioning imagery. And once you're consciously aware of how your subconscious is actually communicating more to the universe about manifesting things, you can turn things around for yourself and really understand how to be more positive minded and carry it through into your subconscious, especially through meditation and contemplation, because it brings you into a theta level there as well, or beta level, excuse me. So you definitely, can communicate there. Now, the star is in outgoing for the month ahead, so that is a good thing. You're realizing your hopes and dreams, and that's just confirmation that yes, the universe is listening, and your dreams are starting to reveal themselves and come true towards the end of the month. Now, how you see yourself in the month ahead? Well, you see yourself 10 of Pentacles, and that's a good way to see yourself. Envision all that abundance, that success, that joy, not just in home life, but work life, just life in general. And it's recognition of the abundance and the blessings. You have all the abundance. That's going to carry through. And that is one heck of a vision to hold for yourself, about yourself. And because if you see yourself in that light right now, well, the universe will just 10 times abundantly reward you for that as well, because, well, that you're grateful for it. Gratitude goes a long way. Now, how others are seeing you, well, they're seeing you apparently at a heartbreak. I don't know what happened for, some of you Cancers, but there's some kind of loss or grief that has occurred, and people are seeing you as being heartbroken over something, and I'm not sure what that is. But the only thing closest I could see is this Knight of Cups over here. So they could be seeing you as, well, they could be seeing you as a heartbreaker too. Now that just crossed my mind here, because this card's a little bit different. This is, like I said, it's in the position of how others see in a month ahead. And I dare say that perhaps this Knight of Cups here is going to see you as a heartbreaker. uh, I'm looking at your hopes and dreams because you got the Nine of Pentacles here. This is the Miss Independent or Mr. Independent. Take it as it resonates. Cancer, your hopes and dreams is to be independent. You don't need nobody. You can take care of yourself. You got it all in control. You got your independence, your freedom. That's your hopes and dreams. Independence and freedom. Your fear is that you're going to get your independence and freedom and be all alone. There, that you're going to get exactly what you're asking for, and that that is where it is. Like I said, you do seem to be breaking hearts out there. All right, Cancer, the final outcome, Ace of Swords. There is a brand new beginning here, and you're getting, look at this, clarity of sight. Ace of Swords, there is a new ideal, new thought that is just gonna come to you, be revealed to you, and it's just gonna, you're just gonna get this new understanding and start this new cycle with a new understanding. A new thought and idea is going to carry you through and level you up here on that new Ace of Swords. And how to communicate to others, perhaps more so too. It's a revelation that's going to assist you in communicating to others. And I dare say that final outcome is going to change things up greatly for you here. All right, let's move this Celtic cross aside here. Grab that Chris and Muse Tarot deck, and we're going to pull you 4 cards. And like I said, that's 1 for each week in the month ahead. And so let's go ahead and get these shuffled up nicely for you, Cancer. Now, the first week of the month ahead, we have Justice coming out. Major Arcana there. Second week, we have 5 of Voices. Third week, we have 7 of Voices. And the fourth final week is the Hierophant. All right, let's set this deck aside. I'm going to grab the Radiant Rider Tarot deck here in hand. So we're going to pull 3 clarifiers for each of these weeks and see if we can clarify a little more. So starting at the beginning, that first week here, we have the Justice card in play. Now the Justice, this is a lot of that Libra energy. It's about a fair, balanced outcome, equality, a good outcome that's fair and balanced for all involved, not just you, but all involved. So the Justice card coming out, it could be you're actually involved in the beginning month here in an actual legal matter. It could be contract signing, something to do with the justice system and legal matters, or it could be just within yourself trying to be fair and find a fair and balanced outcome in that first week. So let's clarify that for you, a little more detail. And Cancer, there we go. Yeah, there's a judgment call coming through. So there is a judgment call, and it is about taking action now. So there is a legal matter. You got to take action now on it to be a judgment call. You're holding on tight to something here. You could be clutching your purse strings, depending on what type of legal matter this is, but you're holding on tight to something, and you got some confusion. You're undecided, not sure if you're going to make the right decision. So it's causing some confusion regarding this justice matter, this legal matter coming up in the first week. Realize the call is to take action now, and you're going to have to make a decision and get past this confusion, because the one thing about this judgment call is always about, don't worry about what others think of you. This is you rising up and being true and authentic to yourself at this time, especially regarding this legal matter. Alrighty, now the 5 of Voices is here in your second week, Cancer. Now the 5 of Voices, 5s are all about changes. And, with the 5 of Voices, it's usually determined about there's some disagreement, there's some argument, and there's a need for a change in understanding, a change in communication with others. And a lot of times, it's considered sometimes that migraine, because you're like, oh man, I don't want to argue anymore. I don't want to fight. But yeah, it's time for a change. And this is not, sometimes it's just the need to agree to disagree and leave it at that, or to recognize that maybe others' ideals and thoughts or what they're saying has some merit. There are 3 cards coming out on that one. Hold on, let's see what they are. Oh, a Tower, of course. All right. Well, the Tower and the Wheel of Fortune reversing, as well as feeling like you're stabbed in the back. Okay, this one especially with communication. All right, so with this disagreement in the second week here, Cancer, it's going to be a surprising, unexpected argument that comes about here. It is regarding, karmic wheel of fortune. The wheel of fortune is a karmic wheel, and it's usually a mid-cycle thing. In the middle, it just really can shake things up by reversing everything. So if you felt the burden on your back and it's going to turn and it'll be in your favor. But if things have been going good, it may turn the other way, and all of a sudden you just feel like, oh man, you're like, what the hell? I feel for you because now the tower is an opportunity, though. It does shake things loose, and it's necessary. Even though it seems karmic at times, but it shakes anything that's not secure gets shakes loose. And that gives you the opportunity to shore up that foundation, secure that tower before you start building upon it, especially if you're beginning new cycles and want to move forward and progress. Make sure that foundation's sure. Make sure that tower, whatever's left standing, is secure before you start building upon it. And so the argument, though, this is the death. It's kind of like a death rebirth cycle, a completion, an ending of something. Uh, and that's what's leading to this argument. And an argument may be coming out of this justice, uh, the legal matter in the first week. Second week, you're feeling stabbed in the back. I mean, there is a lot of things that are communicated and said, and it is painful. So you're going through this ending cycle and something in the second week of the month ahead, Cancer, as well as recognize that while it may seem painful, it is a completion cycle. Tens are completions, and you can see the dawning of the new day on this card. So that means you're going to rise up. And it's once again, you're rising up. It's a rebirth, a moment. It's rising up and being true to yourself. No longer having to be and do things for someone else's expectations. This is where you're coming into that freedom, that independence you're feeling and wanting to come up and be just, really tap into your wishes and dreams where, you can just move forward and have success and start these new endeavors. And that's what's happening there. So that's second week there. It does look like it's going to be a little trying for you. I just seen what the cards are saying. I'm trying to be very hopeful here. I do like good news, and sometimes it is good news. You just got to realize you can't appreciate the good, and sometimes you need that little kick in the butt of pain to move forward in the future. So moving on to the Seven of Voices here. The Seven of Voices is one about deception. Now, this could be you deceiving yourself here, Cancer, in the third week, or deceiving another. Or it could simply be just not being fully transparent. In other words, agendas, strategizing with an agenda in mind. Now, you could be coming out of this second week of arguing and rising up and deciding, okay, I'm not going to share everything with everybody. I'm going to protect my heart, protect myself, and you're shielding yourself with just, you can be a little bit transparent, but you're not sharing all. You're really keeping it close to the chest, so to speak. Now, the clarifiers for that third week, it is all regarding, look at that. There's Knight of Wands, okay? So you got this really impulsive Knight of Wands energy flying in towards you, Cancer. Now, this is the Aries, Sagittarius, Leo energy here. Passionate, inspirational, motivational, but a lot of times this could be a lusty energy rushing in. And you got the Justice card here again. So we're still dealing with some kind of legal matter here. And the thing to note is I think some of it is there's a decision here. Two of Swords as well. You're blindfolding yourself. And, some of you counselors, maybe not all, I'm getting the intuitive thing with the Seven of Voices about deceiving yourself. You're blindfolding yourself. You're kind of deceiving yourself a little bit, and you're protecting yourself, making a decision because of emotions. But definitely it is regarding, perhaps the energy that rushed in real quick on this, because of this legal matter and issue and stuff coming in. I think that's why third week, you're just really, working on moving forward the agenda, establishing a strategy to move forward past this justice energy, and uh, perhaps this little player. I mean, the Knight of Wands a lot of times is a player, comes out and runs in, runs out, whether he or she, that this is probably where the arguments came about, and there was some deception there. But decision being made here, and you're making that decision and doing so without your heart, your emotions being involved. You're looking at all the logistics, the practicality of the situation, saying, okay, that's what I'm doing here right now. Now, going into that final week, we have the Hierophant. Now, this is all about, you can see the Hierophant here is about gaining that. There's usually a hierarchy. Now, this one is a little bit different, I'll be honest. This Hierophant in the Light Seers Tarot deck, she's seeking, gaining wisdom infinitely, but she's more going within herself. It's almost like a hermit card, more so in the imagery than it is the Hierophant. Now, the Hierophant is about seeking out wise counsel, though. Recognizing, someone you respect, their wisdom, their experience, their expertise regarding matters of such, whether it's legal, whether it's matters of the heart. Cancer, you're the final week, you are seeking out counseling is what I'm getting here. It's pulling in there, or seeking counsel, not necessarily counseling altogether for all of you, but there is this imagery here of definitely needing to kind of tap into different energies and gain insight and wisdom on how to move forward from whatever this information is and what's come. I got this deck upside down, so don't get mad at me because you see me turning them around. It's just they're not legitimate. Now, right here, the Hierophant, the clarifiers for you in the month ahead. We have the Queen of Cups energy here. Queen of Cups energy, that's Cancer, Scorpio, Piscean energy, but it's about tapping into your intuition. And yes, she's the only one who's got the wisdom experience to put a lid on her cup. So she's not over emotional. She's not oversharing. She usually is quite judicious and determining, using her intuition, who's actually worthy for her to lift that lid up. So that is, you reflecting, going in as that Hierophant and gaining that wisdom, perhaps becoming the Hierophant yourself, that wise counsel after all those issues. But there is a discontentment here, disappointment. The divine is offering you a cup, and well, you're stubbornly ignoring the divine cup being offered. And I dare say that's probably this poor Knight of Cups that came in, that he wasn't exactly player energy. Perhaps he wasn't a player and you just deceived yourself thinking he was or she was, and that wasn't the case. The reality is you were just overwhelmed from past experiences that the cups didn't fill up, and you don't want to tack on, you just ignoring the divine offering of a cup. You're like, nah, gosh, I don't want to go through that again. Yeah, you're really standing firm, standing your ground here, Cancer. You're like, oh no, no. I don't want to go through that again. And so you're telling the divine, nope, keep those cups. I'm good. I'm gonna stand here. I have my opinion. I have my belief, and that's where it's coming from. You're really, going, instead of seeking counsel, I do see you trying to more taking on a wise counsel amongst yourself here. Alrighty, so let's go ahead and set those down. And I'll be honest, the month ahead, it is looking like you're going to realize your dreams. You got to go in. I dare say I think you're the one who's breaking hearts in the month ahead. So there's no fear of your heart getting broken, but you may, through some self-deception on your own part here, Cancer, be aware of that you could self-sabotage yourself a little bit when it comes to romance, and that's why others might be getting their heart broken. But you are realizing your dreams. Like I said, tap into that energy. Recognize that you may be underrating yourself subconsciously on your development regarding some new opportunity. And if you want to realize your dream there, you got to manifest that vision of you being successfully abundant right now and being grateful for it. So send those blessings that way. Alrighty, I do hope this resonated for you. as well as entertained you. We're moving on to the oracles now. If you did hit that like button, I guess I'll throw that in there while I'm here. Or if you're new, hit the subscribe. Yeah, so let's move on to the Wendy's Oracle deck now. Now, this is going to provide you with additional information and help. Our oracles will help wrap up this whole reading as a whole, as well as provide you with the affirmation to focus upon. So Cancer, the Wendy's, that Welsh Celtic mystical deck says inner voice is the affirmation for you. It says, I allow my potential to awaken. I trust my inner voice. Right there, once again. Yes, I allow my potential to awaken. I trust my inner voice. This is potential. You're thinking you're not ready for that potential, but you are. Allow that potential to awaken in you and trust your inner voice here. Wonderful. Now let's move on to the Shaman Dream card here. Now, Shaman Dream Oracle for you as well. Cancer, the Lost Compass. Yep, it's getting back to integrity. Now, I agree. You're going through a lot of justice, legal matter stuff here in one way or another, or just trying to find balance. It doesn't necessarily have to be contracts and legal matters, but for some of you, it could just be just balancing out things in relationships with others, as well as opportunities and endeavors. At the same time, you know, you need to get back to your integrity. You know, others, you know, with that Five of Swords energy we had with the arguments and disagreements and stuff, just find your integrity. Be true to yourself as well, and not worry about what others are thinking so much. Also, the number on this card is 35. If you go on Google after this reading and type in angel number meaning 35, you'll get an additional angel message for the month ahead as well. Now let's grab you one Moonology card here, and I will read from the full text from the guidebook because these offer a lot more information and alternative meanings as well. This says, what do you need to release? It's the waning moon. So Cancer, that may be something you need to contemplate as well, is what do you need to release? The waning moon here says, it points to falling away, actually. So life goes in cycles, and sometimes we need downtime or just simply let them go. No matter when in the moon cycle you actually this card is pulled, it's a sign that a situation has peaked for better or worse here, Cancer. And it's time for you just to go easier. Yep, it's the autumn and the winter of the cycle. So what do you actually need to release here? Almost certainly something from the situation you're actually asking about. This card can be a very positive, but it can still be gently suggesting that you let something go and simply stop trying so hard. Now, to attune to this moon card, it's safe to let go and move on. Yes. Additional meanings for you, Cancer, is move forward with as little resistance as possible. This is not the time to start new projects. Releasing emotional baggage is recommended now, as well as say sorry to someone, Cancer. And do energetic work such as meditation or yoga is very helpful, as well as Cancer. Soon you will see what actually lies ahead. All right, Cancer, that is your month ahead reading. I hope it resonated for you. We'll catch you next time. Bye. Bye.